Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be trying something and just seeing where it goes. I've had this idea for a while, and since it's been 20 years since Half-Life 2 has been released, I finally have an opportunity and a reason to work on it. In short, what this new achievement hunting series is about, as the name implies, I'm going to be recording myself hunting achievements, obviously. Which is something I do in every single game I play. It doesn't matter if there's achievements, I'm hunting them. To start this series, as I've already implied, we're going to be getting 100% on the Half-Life games. Specifically Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, and Episode 2. Anyways, let's just get into it. So, for Half-Life 2, not Episode 1 or Episode 2, just regular old Half-Life 2, there are 28 total achievements. Combining all three games, however, there are 69 achievements, just so you know for future reference. But for today, and right now, we're only going to be focusing on Half-Life 2 and its 28 achievements. My achievement hunting process usually goes like this. Step 1, play through the game once, usually on normal difficulty, all while getting story-related achievements and whatever other achievements I can in no specific order. Step 2, get any collectible-related achievements, usually done on the easiest difficulties. Usually pretty easy, usually pretty straightforward. Step 3, cleanup. Getting any and all achievements not related to difficulties. These are usually challenges, beat the level doing this, blah 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 blah. Step 4, difficulty related achievements. That's pretty straightforward. Difficulty related achievements related to difficulty. There we go. See? Oh, simple. Step 5, DLC. The DLC achievements, and that's usually done in the same order, following step 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's a pretty straightforward process. Hopefully you can wrap your head around it. For Half-Life 2, though, we can remove step 4 and 5 from the list. There are no achievements related to that at all. So just get that out of here for now. So we're only going to be doing step 1, 2, and 3. Now that you have all that information, let's take a look at the achievements we will be working on. I have separated them into different categories to make things easier for tracking. Those categories are story-related, collectibles, kills, challenges, miscellaneous / Easter eggs. I've even made a cool little list that we will be. I'm trying to follow a script. I'm not very good at it, but I've made a list that we will be referring back to multiple times. The achievements are listed in whatever order they appear in Half-Life's in-game achievement list, so they are not in a sequential order. I would also like to note that I made this list out of memory, so some of these achievements might be in the wrong category. So don't be surprised if you see some achievements move to different categories later in the video. For the story-related achievements, we have Malcontent, Trusty Hardware, Anchors Away, Fight the Power, Follow Freeman, Giant Killer, Heavy Weapons, Plaza Defender, Radiation Levels Detected, Revenge, Warden Freeman, 0 Point Energy. For the collectibles-related achievement, we only have one, and it's called Lambda Locator. I almost said Lambda Collector. Lambda Locator. Very simple, only one. Wow. For the kill-related achievements, we have 4. I would like to note that I put some of the kill-related achievements in the challenges sections, as I felt they belonged there instead of in this section. Just letting you know now. But for the 4 kill-related achievements, we have Barnacle Bowling, Atomizer, Bug Hunt, Hack Attack. I like the name of that one. Speaking of the challenge section, for the challenge-related achievements, we have Counter Sniper, Flushed, Keep Off the Sand, One Man Army, OSHA Violation, Targeted Advertising, 2 Points, Zombie Chopper. And lastly, we have miscellaneous achievements, or achievements related to Easter eggs. There's only 4 of them, and they are Defiant, What Cat, Blast from the Past, and Vortikov. There are also some hidden achievements not included in the other 28 achievements I already listed, but I'll reveal those as we get to them. They're mostly story related anyways. Now we can finally begin the long journey to 100%. Upon starting a new game, we are greeted by this cryptic fucking weirdo. After being told to
wake up and smell the ashes,
we get off the train we find ourselves on and go through the train station, getting a feel for the depressing atmosphere of Half-Life 2. Not that we care about that. After reminding someone that littering is bad, we get harassed by some Metro cops, or whatever the fuck they're called, and then led into a sex dungeon, where we meet two important story characters, Barney and Dr. Kleiner. Unfortunately, no sex happens, just boring exposition, and after being ushered through a window, we end up in another part of the train station where we get our first achievement by telling a Metro cop just what I think he can do with his special shocky stick.
You are benefactors really
Shockingly, our friend didn't appreciate our gesture and made sure to repay us in kind. Despite all that, we have earned achievement number 1, Defiant. I would also like to state that this achievement is technically hidden, but I made the list that we're using to mark them off and stuff after I had already recorded this whole first section of the game. So I didn't know it was hidden because I didn't look through. So technically on that list I showed there are 29 achievements listed, not 28. But, you know, it's not a big deal. We're not going to put it on the hidden list. We're just going to keep it where it is, and we're just going to forget about it. We're just going to move on. We're just going to forget about it. We're going to pretend that it wasn't a hidden achievement and that there are 29 in the game, but whatever. After being molested, we make our way outside and head across City 17 towards Dr. Kleiner's lab. The first half of our journey is mostly uneventful. We enter an apartment building, or some kind of residential building, and get harassed by more goose steppers and are forced onto a roof. After a short chase, we enter another building and earn our second achievement, Malcontent, which is the first story-related achievement we've unlocked. After that, we get cornered by more goose steppers and saved by what I have to assume is a kickboxing woman named Alex. I'm assuming that she's a kickboxer, by the way, not that she's a woman. It's pretty obvious. We follow our savior to Dr. Kleiner's lab, listen to some dialogue, and then promptly earn another achievement by messing with equipment that is well beyond my comprehension.
Gordon, if you please.
The achievement name, by the way, is a reference to a bit of dialogue that's exchanged between characters.
You mean it's working? For real this time? Because I still have nightmares about that cat. No, there's nothing to be nervous about.
What cat?
We've made major strides since then. Major strides.
What cat?
And that makes 3 achievements, and our first achievement in the miscellaneous/Easter egg category. We put on our cool suit, watch Alex teleport to her father's lab, and then watch as our teleportation fails due to this asshole head grab Lamar. We end up just outside Kleiner's lab, looking through a window, and are forced to make our way to Alex and her father, whose name is Eli, by the way, just so you know, on foot. We meet up with Barney outside, and after more dialogue BS, we get our trusty crowbar and our 4th achievement, Trusty Hardware, which is the second story-related achievement we have unlocked. We start our journey to Alex by running from the Combine in City 17, across train tracks and through a service tunnel where I find a new weapon, the pistol, across more railroads, exchanging fire with the Combine throughout, into a canal to avoid an oncoming train. In the canal, I meet a member of this underground railroad and his Vortigaunt friend. After this meeting and heading further into the canal, we find that the Combine is already there, assaulting other parts of the underground railroad. We shoot more Combine, even using a turret emplacement at one point. After some swimming, shooting, followed by even more shooting, we end up in an underground section of the canal with a ton of these barnacle enemies, and an opportunity to get another achievement. That makes 5 achievements and our first kill-related achievement. We end up back in the canal and have to swim, avoiding the Metro cops above us shooting and them pushing explosive barrels on fire so that way they explode after a few seconds into the water around us. We get an opportunity to have some revenge before ending up in yet another underground section of the canal where we complete our first physics-based puzzle. Back in the open air, we see the dreaded Hunter Chopper for the first time. Get used to this guy, he's not going anywhere for a little bit. And after avoiding the chopper's fire, we end up in a sewer. We navigate said sewer, which is dark as fuck, by the way, avoiding barnacles by using the pistol and more explosive barrels to dispatch them. We end up back outside once again, but only for a little bit, and have to run, again, to avoid more of the gunfire from the hunter chopper. After re-entering the sewer, we find a man who gives us supplies and some advice. We both get attacked by man-hacks, and after helping him fend them off, we head deeper into the sewer, getting attacked by more man-hacks along the way. I turn around to see if our friend is okay, but, well, he's dead. We end up encountering Metro Cops rappelling into the sewer, and after dispatching the first one, we get a new weapon, the SMG, which was a really fun gun in this game, by the way. We go further into the sewer, using the SMG to eliminate any Metro Cops in our way, and we end up back into the canal, although only temporarily, and of course, in the canal are met with more Metro Cops. They're like pushing these barrels out of this truck, and they're on fire, and it's just crazy. I take cover in the water, but it's just a whole insane sequence. But after that, we end up back in the sewers and are met with more man-hacks, of course, and a large vaulted room with what looks like a ton of explosive barrels. Oh, and look at that! More man-hacks flooding in. This is an opportunity I can't miss. After a short platform puzzle that took me far too long to remember how to do, we go even further into the sewer, encountering more man-hacks and Metro Cops, as well as a piece of shit city scanner. These guys are complete assholes, and I can't fucking stand them. We finally exit the sewer and end up in what can best be described as a toxic radioactive river. It's absolutely gross looking. We find a surviving station of the Underground Railroad under attack by headcrabs, being shot in by these they're like artillery rounds, but they carry the headcrabs, they land and the headcrabs crawl out and then burrow into the ground and then attack you. Very, very alien. We get some ammo and are told, well, we deduce that we have an airport waiting. An airport? We have an airboat waiting for us. There's not an airport waiting for us, it's an airboat. We make our way through the destroyed parts of the station, fighting headcrabs and zombies before reaching said airboat. We get in said airboat, and as we do, we earn our 6th achievement, Anchors Away, which is the 3rd story-related achievement we have unlocked. We go along this toxic river and reach a gate of some kind, open it, and continue on our way. Past said gate, we quickly reach some clean water, and not long after, we see a refugee on top of this bridge who throws us down some supplies. And of course, along with him, chasing him, and then coming down to me, blinding me, there are more fucking city scanners. Just below the bridge, we encounter another physics-based puzzle, and after we complete the puzzle, we make a jump, and almost immediately run into more Combine being brought in by some of these Combine dropship things in an attempt to cut us off. We run over the Metro Cops in our way. At one point, I do a cool drift or something like that, killing 3 at once. We execute another jump, a drop, and then dock at this big facility to open some massive metal gates blocking our path. Opening a door at said facility, we find ourselves in a garage with these prisoner interrogation rooms, and in one of these rooms with the crispy critter, we find a new weapon, grenades. Rounding a corner, we find a group of Metro Cops waiting to bushwhack us, and after using big brain moves to eliminate our new friends, we find some man-hacks desperately trying to hack some men, meaning me, like Butcher Pete. I make a stellar grenade throw, followed by several other equally stellar grenade throws in order to eliminate all but one of them, as well as another Metro Cop who is hiding with them like a wuss. Actually, now that I think about it, he probably activated them, but in my mind he is a wuss and will always be a wuss. After getting some more grenades from a crate, I shoot a camera and the last man-hack with the SMG. I open a door in the man-hack room and get shot at by a loser on a gun emplacement. Using more big brain moves, I take out the loser, open the door behind him, and take out another 3 losers, with one of them making quite an astute observation. I use my massive brain to open the metal gate and then head back down to the airboat. Along the way, I get stopped by more losers and use the gun emplacement to deal with them. I find even more losers back inside the garage and almost die, 5 health left, due to one of them being on another gun emplacement. Using a grenade, I kill the jackass on the gun and shoot the last 3 with the SMG. I do go back through the facility to get more health, getting back up to 75 before getting back in the airboat, just so you know. I'm not like on 5 health through the rest of this. I have 75. Actually, I get 100 before leaving completely, but it doesn't matter. Once back in the airboat, we continue along to Alex and her father, and along the river, again, we get shot at by more Combine, including now their APCs shooting both bullets and rockets at us. mostly rockets. Run over more Combine, avoid more APC rockets, jump over fire, getting our hair singed in the process, and avoid even more APC rockets. Thankfully, we get a small break when we enter a tunnel. Of course, that doesn't last long, and we exit the tunnel right outside another Combine facility and forced to dock in order to open another set of gates. We smash a lock and open a door to a room where we find the Ragdollinator and get to use it on 3 Metrocops immediately. Back outside and up some stairs, we Ragdollinate a Metrocop and encounter the dreaded Hunter Chopper again, of course. Avoiding its gunfire, we Ragdollinate any Metrocops in our way, enter a warehouse, and use the SMG to eliminate the Metrocops and the crowbar for the manhacks inside. We go up the stairs to parkour, but before we can, more Metrocops rush inside. Once dealing with them, we avoid the Hunter Chopper shooting through the windows, and then clearing the path, we take care of another 3 Metrocops, go down some stairs, and end up back outside, avoiding the Hunter Chopper's fire once again, taking out another 2 Metrocops. We head up a ladder and deal with another 2 Metrocops waiting for us, and then scare the Hunter Chopper off with some kind of heavy gun emplacement. After pressing the button in the same room, we head back down to the airboat, and once in the airboat, we go through the now open gate, and as soon as we do, the Hunter Chopper is back, and now it's a chase scene. As we run, the Hunter Chopper is dropping bombs and shooting at us, the whole shebang. We avoid it using a tunnel, but that doesn't last long, and it's on the other side waiting for us. We run, and run, and run. Oh, what are we doing now? You guessed it, running. Run some more here, and some more there. Maybe a little homicide. We'll add some more running for a little flavor. Almost get crushed. Enter another tunnel, do yet another physics-based puzzle, and reach a metal gate. Thankfully, there are no Combine here. Instead, we meet our first members of the Resistance, including a Vortigaunt. After getting some info from the Resistance, we find the Vortigaunt adding a weapon onto the airboat. Once it finishes, we get our 7th achievement, Heavy Weapons, which is the 4th story-related achievement we have unlocked. The weapon, which is called the Tau Cannon, I believe that's how you say it, now gives us an equal playing field and will put an end to this whole running BS. We leave the base, show the Hunter Chopper who's boss, and continue towards Alex and her father, of course, because we haven't been going in any other different direction. So I'm just letting you know that our goal is still the same, even though some stuff has happened. We're still heading towards Alex and her father. We avoid some Metrocops that attempt to stop us, and give an APC what for. After that, I teach some youngins why playing with explosives is bad, and then enter another tunnel and mow down any of the Metrocops that I see in there. Back outside, we light up an APC getting dropped in, destroying it before it even touches down. Then we deal with more Metrocops and 2 more APCs. We enter this arena type area, have a little boss battle with the Hunter Chopper, eventually downing it and earning our 8th achievement, Revenge. We open a gate, make a pit stop at a Combine facility, which turns out to be a dam, killing the Metrocops inside, open the spillway on said dam, and then make the jump in one attempt. And finally, we have arrived at Eli's lab / Black Mesa East, which is what I'll be calling it from now on. We dock and head inside an airlock. Inside the airlock, we go through some kind of scanning sequence and then go through a door and follow a woman named Dr. Judith Mossman, another important story character that we will of course learn to dislike with time. After a short elevator ride, during which we see some of the inner workings of Black Mesa East, we end up in a lab where we meet Eli Vance face to face. After twiddling our thumbs for a minute, Alex makes her way into the lab, but then we wait some more before Judith tells the children, Alex and I, to go play outside. We follow Alex and come to a tunnel to a place called Ravenholm, and Alex makes sure to tell us that
that's the old passage to Ravenholm. We don't go there anymore. Believe me, that tunnel is sealed for a reason.
Outside, Alex gives us the 0-point energy field manipulator, better known as the gravity gun, and when we pick up the gravity gun, we unlock our 6th story-related achievement, 0-point energy, which makes 9 achievements total unlocked. We also find a reference to the first Half-Life game, and another achievement, Blast from the Past, making 10 achievements unlocked, and our 3rd in the miscellaneous category. After learning the basics of how to operate the 0-point energy field manipulator, we meet a giant robot named Dog. We play fetch with Dog, during which we use Dog's ball to earn an achievement which, in the past, took me forever to get.
Nice shot!
This time, it only took me 2 attempts. That makes 11 achievements and the first in the challenge category. The Combine, of course, begins an attack on Black Mesa East and we run inside. After Alex has a short conversation with her dad, we get separated and do in fact go to Ravenholm. Dog opens the gate to Ravenholm for us, and after navigating a dark tunnel, we end up in a wooden shack and are greeted with the sight of Ravenholm. Inside Ravenholm, we find zombies and nothing but zombies. This level really is just an excuse to have a playground for the gravity gun. That statement is supported by the achievement we get for completing the level using nothing but the grav gun. We, however, will not be doing that this time around, and I'll just be focused on getting through the level. We navigate the start of the level using props, guns, and traps to deal with any zombies in our way, and we meet a new character, Father Grigori.
But who is this? Another life to save? I'll keep my eye on you. More than that, I cannot promise.
After navigating a building with more zombies inside to flip a switch, we climb onto a ladder and onto the roof of a building and have a brief exchange with Father Grigori. Then we cross some planks into another building, put more zombies out of their misery, squash some with the car or two, then use one of the cars to get up onto some more planks, which leads us into another building. Before we enter that building, however, we have yet another conversation with Father Grigori, where now we actually learn what his name is. We continue through Ravenholm, killing more headcrabs and zombies, and countering fast zombies for the first time in this cool little scripted event. I don't know, I think it's a cool scene. We go through another building, killing more zombies and more headcrabs, and ending up on another roof where we once again see Father Grigori. This time, though, he has something for us. A shotgun. We put the shotgun to work, shooting more fast zombies trying to nibble at our fingies, and then do one of those BS sequences where you have to fight off enemies while you wait for an elevator. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these. Now, I'm also pretty sure that had I not shot all the zombies outside of this room when I first picked up the shotgun, there would be a lot more trying to give us the chimpanzee treatment. Instead, I think I only ended up having to fend off 2 or maybe 3 inside the room with the elevator, though I can't remember off the top of my head. We take the elevator down, shooting and killing a new zombie type down at the bottom, the poison zombie, and then we go deeper into Ravenholm, shooting more zombies and headcrabs of all types, normal, poison, and fast. We enter another building and kill a good number of zombies inside, onto a roof and into another building, through that building and onto its roof where we do another BS waiting for the lift/elevator sequence. This time though, there is what I believe to be an endless stream of fast zombies. However, they climb up on the pipes on the side of the building, one at a time, and the pipes they're on shake like crazy and make a ton of noise, so it's easy to know where they're coming from. I use the shotgun to kill them before they even get on the roof, building up a nice pile of bodies at the base of the building. 1 or 2 do make it up on the roof, but they're dispatched with ease. We get into the lift and ride it across to Father Grigori. After a short talk with the father, we follow him through a cemetery using guns and the grav gun to deal with the zombies in our path. At the end of the cemetery, Father Grigori opens the gate, we crouch and go under as he shuts it behind us. As he does, we earn our 12th achievement, Hallowed Ground. This is the first of 4 hidden achievements, not including the achievement Defiant, that we've unlocked. We look behind us as Father Grigori goes off into the dark, shooting and laughing. We turn around and make our way into a building. Inside the building, we see a giant hole in the ground. Going down the hole, we find ourselves in a giant room with a ton of headcrabs along the floor. We take care of the headcrabs using grenades and other methods. We take a drop, swim, and then activate some sort of contraption that goes along this line thing and clears the zombies in our way. Avoiding the contraption, we go up an incline and then follow the light at the end of the tunnel, and finally, exit Ravenholm for good. We follow a railroad and encounter some Combine snipers for the first time, and we take 2 of them out using grenades. Shortly thereafter, we encounter 2 new enemy types, Combine soldiers and their shotgun-carrying variant. One of the soldiers is carrying a new weapon, the pulse rifle, another rather enjoyable gun to use in this game. We carry on and encounter a parking lot, or something similar, with some Combine soldiers in it. We deal with them and enter a building where some members of the Resistance are fighting off more Combine soldiers. We help them, an iconic music track plays, and then we follow a member of the Resistance into a back room where we talk with Alex on a screen and learn that Eli and Judith were captured and taken to a place called Nova Prospect. Now, we have a new goal. Before leaving, we are given some advice and a Jeep with a Tau cannon on it. Before we move on, I would like to explain that this is the Tau cannon. I called the one on the airboat earlier a Tau cannon. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's just a gun from one of the Combine Hunter Chopper gunship things. Just that way you know, I misidentified it. This is the Tau cannon. That was not a Tau cannon. So yeah, it doesn't matter, but I just wanted to let you know so that way you knew. For any of you that are knowledgeable and were shaking your head saying that's not a tau cannon, you're right. That's not a tau cannon. This is a tau cannon. But let's move on. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to explain it. I don't know why, but yeah, let's continue. We start the journey to save Eli from Nova Prospect, and along the way we meet a new enemy type, the antlion, and we can avoid them using these combine devices called thumpers. And at one of these thumpers, we make a detour inside a small shack, although we don't find much. We continue on our way, make another small detour at another building, this time finding some combine, who we learn are watching some members of the Resistance using what can best be described as high-tech binoculars. Back in the Jeep, we make one other stop before arriving at a place called New Little Odessa, and at New Little Odessa, we go into a basement and get a new weapon, the rocket launcher. We use the rocket launcher to down a new flying enemy, the Combine gunship, which is vastly different from the Hunter Chopper gunship thing. When we do down it, we earn another achievement, Where Cubbage Fears to Tread, which is the second hidden achievement we have unlocked. We leave Little Odessa and shortly thereafter come to an old harbor with this giant magnetic crane thing. The harbor is of course occupied by the Combine, and after dealing with them we climb up onto said crane and use it. Now there is an achievement that can be unlocked during this next sequence where we have to use the crane to knock over a bridge so we can cross it. All we have to do is kill 3 Combine soldiers using the crane and a cargo container. This took me a few attempts, as I'm pretty sure we have to kill them all at the same time using one of the cargo containers located around the harbor. I wouldn't swear on that 100%, but that's how I unlocked it. With that makes 14 achievements and our second in the challenge category. We knock the bridge down and then pick up our Jeep using the crane, drive through a window, destroy our second Combine gunship, clear a path, yeet some of these new roller mine enemies off a cliff, get ambushed by more Combine soldiers, deal with them, and then continue along until we reach a small hill overlooking a small Combine outpost with some kind of force field blocking our path. On this overlook, next to a dead guy, we see a new weapon, the crossbow. And immediately after picking up the crossbow, we sight a Combine soldier walking along and on top of this billboard. We shoot the soldier with the crossbow, causing him to get pinned to the billboard, and when he does, we unlock yet another achievement, targeted advertising, which makes 15 achievements total and 3 in the challenge category. We drive up to the force field and then get out of the Jeep, deal with some Combine soldiers and some more roller mines, and then deal with the force field by causing this APC to roll off the cliff. We go through another tunnel and come to this large building compound thing. I don't know what it is. It's a massive house with a ton of other buildings around it, but we have to cross the bridge using the Jeep, but before we do, we have to disable yet another force field, and in order to do that, we go around the back of the large building and along a cliff face and then inside and under the bridge. Under the bridge, we do some parkour and a little tightrope walking. Halfway across, we shoot some Combine, and then on the other side, we shoot even more Combine and disable the force field blocking our path by unsafely yanking out a plug. We go back under the bridge and across, and as we make our way across, we get attacked by another Combine gunship. Downing the gunship, we make our way back to the Jeep, kill some Combine waiting for us, get in the Jeep, play chicken with the train, and then come to a tunnel. Inside the tunnel, we find a bunch of vehicles blocking our path and a few zombies. We enter a small side room in the tunnel through a vent, and after picking up some supplies and moving an obstruction blocking a door, we fought off a bunch of zombies that appear from fucking nowhere, and then move the car in our way and exit the tunnel. We roadkill some boxes and then drive off-road for a bit before reaching a large house with some Combine outside, and after dealing with them, we go inside. The inside of the house is quiet and eerie. Not a sound but the wind. But then... Not gonna lie, this kinda made me jump a little bit. We go back through the house with roller mines breaking the floors above us as we do. We yeet them out the window and then get back in the Jeep and continue along the road. We eventually come to a Combine outpost and attempt to drive through it. We fail and take out the Combine on foot, and then yeet the roller mines attached to the Jeep into oblivion. We continue on the road and come to more cars blocking our path. Getting out and going around some rocks, we find a desolate and empty outpost. Shortly after we arrive, the quiet air is disturbed by the low hum of a Combine dropship. In fact, there are two, one dropping off Combine soldiers and another that flies over and drops a couple of roller mines in the road. We wait for the dropship to fuck off and then deal with the Combine soldiers and the two roller mines. Then we do a puzzle that involves finding two car batteries and placing them on these electrical things. I have no clue what they are. The first battery I found on the bed in the same room next to a dead dude. The second one, however, took me a hot minute to find. I figured they both wouldn't be in the same room or even the same building, so I looked around outside. Didn't see it anywhere, and thought at one point I was being smart and knocked some stuff off this wind turbine thing. I don't know what purpose it serves. It's a wind turbine, but it's not attached to anything, so it's just there. It puzzled me. It bewildered me. I kept looking around, started knocking stuff around with the grav gun, hoping it would show up / reveal itself. And while I was pushing this car, I thought, maybe it's in the car. Lo and behold, it was. Placing the battery in the slot, the gate in our way opens. We get back in the Jeep, make a little jump to go around this big tanker thing, and then go through another tunnel disguised as a level transition. Exiting the tunnel, we find ourselves at another Resistance outpost. A man stops us and tells us the Combine are looking for us in our Jeep. Well, specifically our Jeep. No fucking shit. We hide our Jeep in the garage, and he tells us we'll have to continue on foot, much to my dismay. But first, we'll have to help them fend off a Combine attack. The Combine come in several waves, being landed in by some dropships, with a gunship being the cherry on top. With the gunship taken care of, we follow one of the surviving members of the Resistance down the lighthouse and out a hidden door. We hop along the cliff face as Combine soldiers shoot at us from above. Actually, I say soldiers, it's just the one. And then we see that's a Combine dropship taking off with my Jeep. Motherfucker. Now it's personal. We walk along until we see a man and his injured friend. We listen to some boring dialogue and then watch as the injured man gets fucking annihilated by some antlions. And then we carry along on our way. During this next part, we have to avoid touching the sand, doing a lot of parkour, picking up props with the grav gun and putting them in front of us. It's a crazy sequence. There is an achievement for avoiding touching the sand during this entire part, and I was going to attempt it during this run, but I couldn't remember the exact way to do it, and I even touched the sand a little bit at one point, heard the sound triggering, knew I had failed it, so I just kept going forward, was going to reload a save, and after I had learned the path, but then I got to this section, and I just said, fuck it, I'll do it later. So we shall. After all that, we drop into a large arena type area and have a little boss fight with this big asshole, and we deal with him using mostly explosives, and then a Vortigaunt runs out, instructs us to follow him, and then violates the dead antlion. We pick up a new weapon, Pheropods, better known as bug bait, even though it's more a tool than a weapon. We follow the Vortigaunt through a Resistance outpost and then learn how to use the bug bait. The bug bait allows us to use the antlions to our advantage. We can order them to move to a spot or to attack an enemy or just simply follow us. It'll be a big part of the next section of the game, you'll see. And after we learn how the bug bait works, we turn around and go through a cave. We exit the cave onto a beach, and during this next beach section, we're going to use the antlions to take care of the Combine in our way. In fact, there is an achievement for killing 50 enemies with the antlions. Also on the beach, there are some more of those thumper things from earlier, and they're used to counter our antlion companions. So we have to climb up them and press a button to shut them down. After deactivating our first thumper, we send the antlions forth to get our first kills needed for the bug hunt achievement. We continue, using the antlions to deal with the Combine in our way. It should also be noted that the Combine we see here are a different variant to the norm. They only appear during this section at Nova Prospect. In fact, they are the guards at Nova Prospect. There is a standard guard and a shotgun guard, just so you know. I was going to challenge myself to use only the antlions during this beach section, but quickly threw that out the window as I saw an opportunity to kill some guards with the gun emplacement. Continuing along the beach, I end up in a well-designed kill zone, and I try taking cover, but fail as I'm pushed out of cover. I then try pushing up the hill around the back of the bunkers, but am forced back down by more guards, including a shotgun guard, right into the bunker's line of fire, and then I die for the first time. I kid you not when I say that I went through the whole game up to this particular point without dying once. From this point on, though, death and failure will become a regular occurrence. In my second attempt, I used my big brain brain and opposable thumbs to deal with the Combine and remove some of the workload on my antlion buddies. Pushing up and around the back of a bunker, we give its occupants the most terrifying moments of their lives, and then enter a dark tunnel. Inside the dark tunnel, I let our antlion companions deal with the guards that try and ambush us inside said tunnel. Exiting the tunnel, we clear more bunkers using our antlions, enter one of these bunkers whilst our antlions put its occupants to sleep, and then kill more Combine using guns and our antlion friends. And I am saying antlion a lot. We walk along a cliff face, climb a ladder, fail to dismount, die, repeat ladder climbing, succeed in the dismount, and then enter a pipe of some kind to enter Nova Prospekt proper. Inside Nova Prospekt, our old friend, the Combine gunship, is back. In fact, there are two, and before we can proceed, we have to down both of them. And let me tell you, this next part was a bit difficult, and I died more than I'd like to admit. Truth be told, I actually can't remember how many times I died here, but after some trial and error, I finally get a run where I down one and then the second. When we down the second one, we earn our 16th achievement, One Man Army, our 4th in the challenge category. Now, I believe this achievement is missable, as I think I recall missing it in the past. I'm not sure, that's why I put it in the challenge category. It may be story related, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure. Moving on, we enter a hole in the wall, do some basic puzzle involving fire and gas, well, specifically turning off the gas to stop the fire, and finally reach the real part of Nova Prospekt, and can begin looking for Alex, who made her own way here, and help her rescue her father. We find a prison cell with a toilet we can grab with the gravity gun, and this toilet will help us unlock another achievement. We look into a hole in the wall, and then fucking pelt a head crab with the toilet, killing it and unlocking our 17th achievement, Flushed, making 5 achievements unlocked in the challenge category. We go up some stairs, witness our antlion friends take out some sentry turrets, a new enemy, who can't be killed, but can be deactivated. All you have to do is knock them over. We wade through some water, kill some fast head crabs, knock over a couple of turrets, see a giant arena area, and think to myself, well, it's either going to be a bunch of enemies or one giant asshole. I drop into the arena and immediately find out which one it is. After teaching the giant asshole that it's still brains over bronze, we get reunited with our antlion companions. Clearing a path and then entering another room with more Combine, I send my antlion companions to deal with them, and as they do, I earn the achievement Bug Hunt. That makes 18 achievements and our 2nd in the kill category. We shoot more Combine, I die to a grenade, I don't die the second time, flip a switch to open the way forward, let the antlions deal with more Combine in a security room of some kind, see another giant asshole on the monitor, press a button to open the way, deal with more Combine, die to turrets, and again, not the third time though, use a board to stop a fan in the vents, ragdollinate a guard, pull a plug, and then get some revenge on the turrets that killed me. We then enter a large vaulted room with plenty of Combine inside. We use guns and antlions to deal with them. Making my way up, I grab a manhack and then chuck it at a guard, killing him and earning our first kill towards the Hack Attack achievement. We need 5. We continue to make our way up, dealing with, you guessed it, more Combine using the ragdollinator and antlions. I die yet again to another grenade, use a Combine ball thing for some revenge, and then enter another security room where we flip another switch to open the way deeper into Nova Prospekt. Deeper in Nova Prospekt, we kill more guards, use a grenade to take out 2 more turrets, enter a large vaulted space, deal with even more guards, a poison zombie for some reason, and then even more guards and turrets and guards and turrets. Then we enter another large arena type area with the giant asshole we saw on the monitor earlier, and using grav gun propelled explosive barrels we deal with the giant antlion, and then after clearing a path we drop into this narrow space with this giant moving wall or whatever it is, then use a barrel to hop up into a hole in the wall to avoid getting crushed by the giant moving wall, and then we drop down into another part of the facility. In this other part of the facility, we see Alex again. Then, shortly after, we see a Combine soldier have a worse day than us, and finally meet up with Alex. From this point on, it won't be uncommon for us to have some sort of companion with us. We then enter an elevator and ride it in a scene that reminds me of when we first met Alex. She's even yapping like she was then. We put some collaborators down, are forced to wait for some story BS, watch Alex run ahead out into the open, get herself killed, fail, have to repeat everything from the elevator ride to the story BS. The second time though, I save and run ahead, dealing with the guards before Alex can make me fail again. Dumb bitch. We have a talk with Eli whilst he's in some sort of weird sex device. During this scene, we get our next few goals. First, we have to reunite with Eli in a different part of this facility/prison. This other part of the facility, specifically, is a teleport room that we will use to, as the name suggests, teleport back to Dr. Kleiner's lab. We'll also be on the lookout for Dr. Mossman, but more on that later. We exit the room, and Alex immediately sends us off alone to do the dirty work. So that whole companion thing didn't last very long. But don't worry, it will be back, and it will be annoying. We enter this dark room with a gate blocking our path and have to wait whilst Alex takes her sweet time to open the gate in front of us. Once she finally does, we enter a vent, get some flashbacks to Half-Life 1, exit the vent, deal with some guards and some turrets, some more guards, and then take way too long trying to figure out how to pull a plug. Eventually, my monkey brain puts 2 and 2 together. Shortly after that, we enter a control room of some kind. Once we clear out the guards occupying said control room, Alex hacks a couple of turrets that we use to fight off a few waves of guards, while she makes her way to us so she can open the way forward, as she says she can't do it from where she's at currently. This part isn't very hard, and after the waves are over, we see Alex drop down from a vent, and then when she accesses a terminal, we learn that Mossman is a traitorous snake that set up Eli and attempted to set us up. She is the reason they attacked Black Mesa East, leading to us having to deal with Ravenholm and all that BS, and just being a giant inconvenience. After learning all that, we separate from Alex once again and continue further into the facility. We enter a room with some kind of electrified water on the floor and have to do a platform puzzle. This puzzle took me far longer than I'd like to admit. Probably would have gone faster had I not destroyed the boxes, but it'll be a cold day in hell before I allow them to exist in my presence. Fuck them boxes. We complete the puzzle after I die once, maybe twice, then deal with a couple of zombies, and I just have to say, whoever's job it is to ensure there is no headcrab infestation in this facility is doing an awful job. We clear a path and then drop into a large vaulted space, deal with some Combine there, and then do another wave defense. During this defense, we have 3 more turrets, but there are 4 paths for the Combine to come from. The turrets end up doing most of the work, and I think only 1 or 2 of them managed to get knocked over during this part, but luckily we can just pick them up and reset them. I really only have to watch one doorway, but I do run back and forth quite a bit just to make sure the turrets aren't getting overwhelmed. They also send in some manhacks, so I use the gravity gun to grab them and chuck them at some guards. I believe I managed to kill 2 of them. That gives us 3 kills towards the hack attack achievement. I held on to this last manhack for a while, thinking there might be some more guards, but after a minute or 2 I accept the fact that there are no more guards and I destroy the manhack. When I do, we earn our 19th achievement, Warden Freeman, our 7th story-related achievement. As soon as we destroy the manhack, Alex appears from fucking nowhere like a magician. She hops down and we go together to find Mossman. We enter this hallway and shortly after we do, the lights go out and we get ambushed by some guards. We deal with them with little to no trouble and then watches Alex locks Dr. Mossman in a room. We follow Alex to this room and have a short conversation with Mossman through a window where she tries to feign ignorance, and after a minute we are forced into the same room with Mossman as the Combine are right on our heels. Inside the room, Mossman attempts to justify her betrayal with Alex not buying it for a second. We eventually end up in a larger room with a teleporter that the Combine had been working on. We listen to more dialogue BS and then watch Mossman pull this bullshit.
Willing and fully enabled.
Good. We'll send my dad through first. He's in position for... What's that? Hold on, gotta bring this back down. No! Stop! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Alex. It's the only way.
No! Get back!
What's going on,
Dad!
Alex? Jonas!
No!
What's happening?
This fucking bitch. After that, we have to do yet another wave defense section. This time, though, we have the perfect amount of turrets, and there's this glowing thing in the floor which shows us our progress and how long we have to fight them off. After dealing with the guards that try and stop us, Alex informs us the teleporter is ready. We get in the teleporter, and just before we teleport, we see a new enemy type that will be a pain in our ass from now until the rest of the game, Combine Elites. After this long rising sequence inside the teleporter, it finally activates, and we finally teleport and return to Dr. Kleiner's lab. After we return to familiar scenery, we find something is a little off. And honestly, I'm just going to show you this whole scene where we learn a shocking revelation because I really enjoyed it and I just thought it was a cool scene. So here you go.
Dr. Kleiner, let us out!
Alex? Gordon? My God, how did you get here? And when?
What's wrong?
My dear, I had given up hope of ever seeing you again.
I was afraid we might not make it either. I think the teleport exploded just as we were porting out.
Indeed, it did. And the repercussions were felt far and wide, but that was over a week ago.
What do you mean? Gordon and I were just there a minute ago.
Fascinating. We seem to have developed a very slow teleport. This suggests an entirely new line of investigation.
A week? Then what have we missed?
A great deal, my dear. The blow you struck at Nova Prospect was taken as a signal to begin the uprising.
But what about my father?
Well, that is most troubling. According to the Vortigaunts, he is a prisoner at the Citadel.
We've got to get my father out.
Barney has been leading a push with that very aim in mind, and another of your friends arrived several days ago.
Dog, you made it. Good boy.
So there, you see? It's not all hopeless.
I wish I shared your optimism, Doctor.
Doc, come in. Are you there? Hey, Doc, are you there?
Yes, Barney, and I'm no longer alone. Alex and Gordon have just arrived.
Well, man, that's good news. I almost gave you guys up for lost. We're planning to set up a staging area for attacking the Citadel.
Gordon and Dog can head your way. I want to get Dr. Kleiner somewhere safer. Then I'll meet up with you.
I'll take all the help I can get. Aw, crap! Incoming! Go on, get going!
Okay, Gordon, you heard him. I'll catch up with you as soon as I get Dr. Kleiner settled.
Just a minute. I can't leave without Lamar.
Oh, no.
Now, where did she get to?
With all that new information, we can finally begin the beginning of the end. Alex stays behind to help Dr. Kleiner find his asshole headcrab Lamar, and we follow Dog out onto the streets to find and join up with Barney. Out on the street, we watch as Dog chucks a fucking van at some Combine soldiers. What a Chad. We continue, shoot some Combine, and then die to something. After respawning, we see what killed us. Understandable. We make our way through a gate that Dog is kind enough to hold open for us, and then get separated from Dog as he stands on business. We go through a hole in a wall, see something strange on a TV, and then head through a destroyed resident building that I am 99.99999999999999999% certain it is the same one from the start of the game. We exit the building and see these weird floating things before getting our first resistance member to follow us and be a part of our squad. We walk into the plaza from the beginning of the game and watch 3 resistance members partake in one of humanity's oldest traditions. After they are done, they join our squad, giving us 4 members and another achievement to follow Freeman, making 20 achievements unlocked and 8 story-related achievements. I have a flashback, and then we head off to show the Combine just whom was made in God's image. We kill some Metro Cops for the first time in a hot minute, and then heading forward we see these mines called hoppers. We can pick them up and reset them so that way they are friendly to us, but I mostly just hurl them at the walls. After some foreshadowing, we continue on our way and we see a new enemy, the Strider, and holy shit will we learn to hate these guys. We continue on our way, fighting more Metro Cops here and there. We go through an apartment building and then out onto a street. Outside we shoot these scanner things that are dropping mines, and while doing that, this happens. It's okay though, just up the way we get a bit more squad mates. We head into a building and deal with some civil protection nerds. We drop back down a street level, fight a few waves of Metro cops, and then head through a building to get around this barricade they have set up. Clear the Metro cops on the other side, then up and into another building, deal with more Metro cops, and oh, some manhacks are here. I grab one, kill a Metro cop with the blades, then pelt another with the second manhack, giving us 5 kills using manhacks, which unlocks the achievement Hack Attack, making 21 achievements total and 3 in the kills category. We head underground and into a car tunnel. Inside, we destroy a whole bunch of manhacks with the grav gun and then do some wave defense with mounted guns, while the dude plants a bomb to destroy some rubble blocking our path. Once he does, we have to go through some toxic tunnel thing in order to unblock a door from the other side. The toxic tunnel in particular is just a simple platform puzzle that didn't take me too long, avoiding some zombies and on the other side along a pipe and into a vent, then down into a hallway. When we reach this hallway, we unlock our 22nd achievement, Radiation Levels Detected, our 9th story-related achievement. We open the door so our guys can follow and then back up and out to street level. We head through some more residential buildings, killing Combine soldiers, cross a bridge, through a burning building, back outside, into another burning building, across another makeshift bridge, into another burning building, fight a whole host of enemies, and then drop into this room with some turrets. After the turrets are dealt with, the door of the room fucking just explodes, and we reunite with Alex. We head through the building with Alex, dealing with the Combine in our way, and into a control room where Alex learns some info about the generators we will have to destroy. A squad joins us, and then we head into a plaza where we have to fight off waves of Combine soldiers, whilst Alex works on exposing the core of the generators we are trying to destroy. I said generators, I just meant generator. It's just a singular generator. After some intense fighting, right before we get overrun, Alex finally gets the core exposed, and we give the Combine ball thing a push with the gravity gun. Then we run through the now open gate, and when we do, as it shuts behind us, we unlock our 23rd achievement, Plaza Defender, our 10th story-related achievement. After that, Alex climbs up a building to get a better view of the way forward, but as she's up there, she gets ambushed and captured, and we are forced to head into a canal and then into some sort of underground section. In this underground section, we find more manhacks, but at this point, they are no trouble whatsoever. There are also some more Combine soldiers down here, of course, but like the manhacks, they are also no trouble whatsoever. We eventually reach this large vaulted room, which for some reason seems to be overly white in its color palette. In this white room, we shoot more Combine soldiers, flip a switch, shoot some Combine elites, and I do have to say that their white uniforms fit really well with this room's aesthetic. After that, I die to my own stupidity. And then move out of the white room and into the street where we have to take out some snipers using explosives like we did earlier in the game. Luckily though, some resistance members make great distractions. After navigating the streets, dealing with the snipers in our path, we eventually enter into a half-destroyed building and see Barney, who is pinned down by some more snipers. After dealing with those snipers, Barney joins us and will be with us for a hot minute. Barney makes a remark about a cat mentioned earlier.
Did you hear a cat just now? Damn thing haunts me.
And then we head further into City 17, clearing some Combine in the way, and then enter a building where Barney gives us our next goal, and honestly, rather than trying to explain it myself, it'll be easier just to let him explain it.
There's an old building up ahead, a bank or a museum or something like that. Whatever the hell it used to be, now it's a nexus for Overwatch in City 17. It's the main source of pain for this part of town, thanks to a huge suppression device. It's raining down hell from the roof of that place. There it is, the Overwatch nexus. Looks like they're mobilizing big time. You can sort of see the gate from here. I'll show you when we get to street level. We'll have to get in that building to open the gate. Even then, the suppression device will, suppress anyone coming through unless we shut it down. There's that gate I was telling you about. We'll have to come back here after we get it open. If we get it open.
Now that we have a vague idea of what we're doing, we head into the Nexus, as Barney called it, and after avoiding the suppression device, we watch a Combine soldier commit a questionable act, and then enter the Nexus proper. Inside this Nexus, we have to take out these 3 generators, very similar to the one we knocked out with Alex. During this next part, we have to take out these new type of turrets, which are impervious to bullets and the gravity gun, and can only be disabled with a grenade. Not too difficult, just a little tedious. There's also a stream of Combine soldiers and elites that will harass us as we take the 3 3 generators down, but they're no match for the Freeman. The first one goes down pretty easily with only a few soldiers in our way. Before taking out the second one, however, we get trapped in this room and then have to fight off a Combine ambush. After that, the second one also goes down without much more trouble. After navigating a room that has come to be expected in Half-Life games, we take out the third and final generator, disabling the suppression device. When that happens, we unlock the achievement Fight the Power, which makes 24 total achievements and our 11th story-related achievement. At least I'm pretty sure we unlock it here. Steam didn't give me the pop-up until I went and played something else like 4 hours later. After that, we separate from Barney for now and head up onto the roof and start a section that annoyed the hell out of me. The actual roof section wasn't so bad. All we have to do is fight off some Combine soldiers and their elite counterparts, and then a single Combine gunship followed by more Combine soldiers and elites, and then an unnecessary amount of soldiers. I mean, just look at how many flood out of this building. Insane. No, the real issue comes when we go back down to street level. To sum things up, we have to take down some Striders. No biggie on its own, but when there are more than 2, I believe we have to take down a total of 4 of them, with only 2 at a time, I think, appearing in this little arena area. And they each take more than 3 direct hits with rockets. It becomes a bit more difficult. One of the Resistance members has this to say.
Dr. Freeman, since you shut off the suppressor and opened the gate, we can really move people through now. The Combine's gonna feel the squeeze. We dropped a crate of rockets coming across the plaza. If you can make it there, you should have everything you need to take down these Striders.
Great, with that information, we head out. In reality, this part didn't take that long, it just annoyed the hell out of me. Specifically, the Striders annoyed the hell out of me. Remember when I said we'll learn to hate Striders? Yeah, this is the part I was talking about. I spent the first minute or 2 running around asking, where the fuck is this crate of rockets? All whilst being shot at by these Striders, who pack quite a punch I might add, and also have a cannon which just annihilates you and anyone around you. After dying once, maybe more, I can't remember, I finally find the crate and begin work on dealing with the Striders. Like I said, this part isn't that difficult, just slightly agitating. I fail once more due to me being dumb, but on my second attempt I use cover and whittle down each Strider's health with well-timed shots, and once all the Striders are down, we move forward killing more soldiers in our way and then head down some stairs. Down those stairs and into a car tunnel, we see a scene from a horror movie. Inside the building you just saw me run into, we fight a whole host of Combine soldiers and also those scanner things from earlier that were dropping mines, although now they want to flash me like an old man in the gym locker room. And holy shit, I thought city scanners were bad. I worked my way up the ruins, avoiding Strider fire and getting harassed by more fucking scanners. I struggled to climb some concrete for far longer than I should have, but finally make it and reach a crate of rockets and swiftly use it to take down our Strider friend. We go through a building that is semi-intact and then reach another large ruin with a whole bunch more Combine, work our way into it and then up said ruin, deal with the collaborators in our path, and then have a battle with some Striders at the top of the ruin. As we destroy the last Strider, we unlock our 25th achievement, which is the 12th story-related achievement, Giant Killer, which does in fact mean that we now have all the non-hidden story-related achievements unlocked. We get told to head for the horse, and after figuring out what the fuck that means, we reunite with some old friends. After Dog shows some impressive strength, we drop down and then we see it. The Citadel, right in front of us. We do some platforming, I die, realize the obvious path, and then properly enter the Citadel. And again, I gotta say, I absolutely love this Combine aesthetic. It's cold and brutal. I feel uneasy and intimidated by the jagged edges and endless pits. It's just really super fucking cool. During a ride inside a weird sex device, we really get to see the inner workings of the Combine and the horror of human-Combine cooperation. Also, the Citadel is so massive, they have a full-size train run through it, just like your mother. We eventually get dropped into a room that disintegrates my weapons, but in return it gives me the supercharged gravity gun, a really cool weapon. It's insanely powerful and makes this section rather fun. So fun, in fact, I'm gonna let y'all have some gameplay without my annoying voice. between moments of slaughter with a supercharged grab gun, there are some moments of conversation with Dr. Breen, but we don't care about that. At one point, we see this device called a Combine Ball Field, and for another achievement, we have to throw 15 soldiers into it. I do believe there is an endless wave of soldiers at this particular one, but even if there isn't, enough came into this room that I was able to get all 15 here, unlocking the achievement Atomizer, our 26th achievement and our 4th in the kills category, which also means we have all the kill-related achievements unlocked. After that, we continue through the Citadel using some Combine Ball things and the grab gun itself to eliminate our opposition, have another needless conversation with Dr. Breen, defend ourselves while we wait for an elevator, then defend ourselves on the elevator, have more needless conversation with Breen and another, have a little boss battle with the Strider, and then get into another weird sex device. We ride through the Citadel once again before rising up and getting this pretty cool shot, at least I thought it was pretty cool. We eventually reach the end of the line, watch as a Combine Elite takes my property, and then see the snake once again. We get carried into Dr. Breen's office, listen to a whole bunch of dialogue and major story events. Mossman betrays Breen, and although she does this, I still don't trust or like her. Dr. Breen uses the grab gun in an ill-advised manner, and after we recover, we get up and initiate a chase scene. We get a peek at a Combine Advisor, pick up the grab gun Breen was kind enough to drop, and then ascend an elevator into the Citadel reactor core. Inside the core, we do some platforming, and of course yeet some Combine into non-existence. I die, realize another obvious path, cease the life functions of more Combine soldiers, and then ascend to the final stage of the game. Here we have to use more Combine Ball things and throw them into this weird blue ball of energy. After the first one, some of these shield things pop up, and then we have to use more balls to destroy those in order to get more shots at the weird blue ball. We hit the weird blue energy ball 2 more times and then watch as Breen dies what would probably be an absolute terrifying death. And with that, we earn our 27th achievement, Singularity Collapse, and finish the initial playthrough of Half-Life 2. With that, we end the initial playthrough with 27 achievements unlocked. Now, at the beginning of the video, I said there was a total of 28 achievements. I was wrong. There is a total of 33 achievements to unlock. This error is caused because I made the list and all the info I used then at the start of the video with the in-game achievement tracker, and the in-game tracker adds to the total when you unlock a hidden achievement. So at the start of the game, it said 0 out of 28 achievements unlocked, and after getting all the hidden achievements, it said 28 out of 33 unlocked. And me, being not very smart sometimes, just rolled with the initial 28 rather than investigating further. Anyways, I just wanted to acknowledge that small mistake from earlier because it was bugging me. Now we can actually move on. With all that out of the way, we can mark step 1 off the list and can begin step 2, which will be really easy because Half-Life 2 only has one type of collectible, these lambda symbols, which most of the time are accompanied by some supplies. At first I was going to do this part with some sort of explanation / description before each cache, but since this video is already getting on at some length, I'm just going to show a compilation of the different caches with no commentary unless I want to point something out or anything like that. In the bottom left hand corner you will see a couple of numbers, which hopefully will be self-explanatory. If the numbers are green, it means that it was a cache I already got in the initial playthrough, and if they are red, then it means the opposite. Now instead of just going to each chapter from the main menu and even using the console to go to a specific level in the chapter, I will be doing it the harder way, by playing through the game again and getting all the caches in one run. I'm mostly doing this to give me an opportunity to get a few of the achievements I missed in the initial playthrough. There are a total of 45 caches to find. Just one last quick note before we begin, I will use some kind of method in editing, not sure what I will do yet, to convey information about either the next cache or the previous one, so just be on the lookout for text on screen. Before the first cache at the beginning of the game in the chapter Point Insertion, when the Metro Cop knocks the can down in front of us, instead of telling him to go make relations with himself, we submit.
Let me read a letter I recently received. Dear Dr. Breen.
That makes 28 achievements unlocked and the final hidden achievement unlocked. Now we can actually start working on the Lambda Locator achievement. the battle with the Hunter Chopper at the end of the chapter Water Hazard, we find this pipe. We use the airboat to hop up and then into the pipe, and after wading through some toxic muck, we find a little secret.
We shall prevail.
That makes 29 achievements in the 4th, technically 3rd, in the miscellaneous/Easter egg category. After the 38th cache, I unlocked the achievement Lambda Locator, making 30 achievements unlocked and the 1 collectible achievement unlocked, which obviously does complete the collectible category. However, even though we have the achievement now, we will continue to get the rest of the caches just because I don't want to leave it unfinished. We've come this far, we might as well finish. And also, there is one other achievement I can get before finishing, so... In between the 44th cache and the 45th one, during the section where we have to rescue Barney, I unlock another achievement unrelated to the caches.
Gordon, lob a couple grenades, that'll clear him out. Gordon? Alright, thanks, Gordon.
That makes 31 achievements unlocked and the 6th in the challenge category. With the last cache found, we have collected all the collectibles in Half-Life 2, which means we can mark off step 2 from the list and can begin the third and final step, cleanup. Alright, so it is now March 2025, and I started this project in November last year. Procrastination is a real bitch. Since this video is already far longer than I originally thought it would be, I'm going to make these last 2 achievements as absolutely quick as I can. But first, second things first, the achievement Zombie Chopper. This one is simple and can be summarized in a blanket statement. See zombie, see prop, pick up prop, throw prop, kill zombie. It's really simple, and that is all this achievement is. In fact, at the beginning and throughout the chapter, there are saw blades. We can take one and carry it through the level with us with little to no difficulty. This is a really easy achievement to get, and it only took me about 20 minutes to do. Less if I wouldn't have died to stupid stuff, but you know, what can you do about that? The section where we have to wait for the elevator was a bit difficult, not gonna lie. We can, in fact, avoid a lot of the zombies by simply just ignoring them. The part before the graveyard section was another challenge area, just because if you're not careful, you'll throw the saw blade you have with you off the building and then, well, you're just fucking screwed, I guess. The graveyard section itself is a cakewalk. There are plenty of props, and of course Grigori is with us, taking down his fair share of zombies and headcrabs. The Ravenholm mines are also really easy. You just have to run. Once we reach the light at the end of the tunnel, we unlock the achievement, making 32 achievements unlocked and 7 in the challenge category. Now, onto the last achievement in Half-Life 2, Keep Off the Sand. This is another really easy achievement to get. It just involves using the gravity gun and doing a bit of platforming with a touch of safe scrubbing. Actually, it's a whole lot of safe scrubbing. Once we load the chapter up and then use the console to load the specific level in the chapter, we can begin working on the achievement. Much like the Zombie Chopper achievement, this one is, like I already said, easy peasy and only took me around 11 minutes to do. All it is creating platforms using various props, jumping to those air quote platforms, and air quote, in an attempt to, as you probably guessed, avoid the sand. That is literally all there is to say about this achievement. There's nothing more to add. Once we finally reach the end, we unlock the final achievement and have ourselves a little celebration. And that is it. We now officially have 100% achievements in Half-Life 2. Now normally at this point I would show you the Steam page and the achievement list and whatnot, but we technically aren't fully done with Half-Life 2 as a whole, as there are still 2 more episodes to do and finish. However, those don't have nearly as many achievements as this one does, so those videos hopefully won't be nearly as long as this one. That is it for this video though. This project took far longer than I originally intended. In fact, I thought, man, maybe I can get this done before Christmas, starting it in November sometime. And that quickly went out the window. But as I said, procrastination is a massive bitch, but at least it's finally done. That's all I really care about. I do hope you enjoyed this video though. This was a massive effort, and I'm really glad to have it finished. As I already said, I'm literally just following off this script. At this point, I probably would have made myself re-record this, but I just want to get this shit done. I'll probably take a short break, about a month or so, before working on Half-Life 2 Episode 1. And of course, I will get back into doing the Not For Broadcast and Fear series that I was doing a little bit ago, that I just kind of got out of doing, now that this project is done. I have a whole lot of ideas and a whole lot of projects I want to work on. So if you're just happen to be watching this and you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe if you're interested. Leave a like, or don't, up to you. And that's it. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.